Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the weekend update. We've got a lot of charts to go over today. It was a really big week for us on the swing plays. We had so many swings just go ape this past week. I'm not going to go into all of them because we've got a lot of other stocks to get into. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is the Dow, and we're looking at the Dow daily chart right now. And you can see we are continuing that pattern, up 400, down 400, essentially staying right between the 50-day and the 200-day moving average, and that upside break is 27K. I mean, we're holding up here really well, but as has been the case, the green days have less volume than the red days, and that is usually a bearish sign. But there's a lot of money out there, or at least there was. Now, in the last video, I talked about my expectations of the market having to do a temper tantrum to get the Republicans off their butts to actually do a decent stimulus. The ideas they are proposing right now, because all of a sudden they're worried about the deficit. Oh my goodness. When you're actually supposed to be worried about the deficits, they're not. And when you shouldn't be worried, they are. So that's just where we are right now. And my expectation is the market is going to have to do what it did back in March and throw a temper tantrum. Now, the other thing that's out there, and you don't see it being talked about a lot on the major news wires, because they're too busy talking about how Robinhood and small traders are making money, and this shouldn't be happening, but that's a whole nother story. What you're not hearing is the Fed has stopped their repo program. They have been helping the overnight market since last September, so that people are viewing that as bullish. But when the Fed's out there pumping money, that's a big area of the market that has just had the spigot turned off. And then also they're slowing down on the bond purchases. So all of a sudden the Fed is trying to pull back a little on the liquidity they're giving the market. And that, coupled with this negotiation that's coming up for more stimulus, I think is going to be our downside risk towards the end of this month. Now, if we look at the 15-minute chart, you can see we're kind of still in this trading range. The top of it is 26.3. The bottom's about 25.5. You know, it's about a 700-800 up and down range for the market right now. So what's tomorrow going to bring? Who knows? We were down Thursday, up Friday on essentially the same news. Cases continue to explode. The market seems to be just ignoring COVID right now, but we're going to start seeing more and more companies give dire warnings on their earnings reports, and that may be coupled with the silliness in Washington that sends us back down. Again, we're not short. We're playing our kinds of stocks. This back and forth market is very good for the kind of stocks that we trade. So let's jump into some of those plays. The first one I'm just going to mention on OGEN. What a monstrous move for us. You had everyone going, they've got nothing to do with COVID, and lo and behold, you know, we were in this stock 2 weeks ago at 50 cents and added all the way up, and I hit $1.32. So that's what, 150% gain in less than a month on this swing. Big run on that COVID news. It has now pulled back a little bit. If we look over at the weekly chart, this is exactly what it had done back last year when it went on that parabolic move up here. So I would suspect we're going to see some consolidation on this chart, and it's going to give us some nice trading action. I would probably be picking up dip shares if they were giving us an entry in the 90s. Low to mid 90s is probably where I'd start sneaking in some shares for the inevitable bounce up. Now, like the last video, I'm going over my larger positions, and right now Hotbox is my largest swing position. This one has news coming. We know there's news coming, and this chart is locked and loaded. Now, like all our other COVID stocks that we're trading around this area, this is a highly manipulated stock, and they're holding it in place until they're ready to let it go. Like COCP, the exact same action around this price area, they're doing it here on this stock. But this is a big breakout level. We got over that 104 level, and then they said nope and smacked it back down to $1. Where will they start to chase it? They're going to start chasing it at 117. You guys know the drill. Here's a pulled out view, a 2-year chart of this one. You can see this beautiful flag set up here. We're almost breaking the flag. The breakout is actually 110. The FOMOs and the scanner chasers will come in at like 117 and 125, and then the guys who always wait till it's too late, they'll be buying our shares probably up at $2. So I love the story on this one. I'm not going to go over the research. It's all in the chat room. Just follow up on it. But we've got news coming on their COVID drug. All these stocks that we've said news was coming on, news has come. So it's just a matter of being patient. XELA. I don't know why this stock is still trading down here. Their peer DOCU, all-time highs, $32 billion market cap. Business is booming for what these guys do. They handle documents for banks, refis, mortgages, delinquencies, and that's just one sliver of their business. This chart is set up for a nice move. Here's the daily chart. We've got a very strong uptrend move here. Where will they start to chase us? Well, you know where they're going to start chasing it. They don't care about it here. But up here at 60 cents, they're going to go, maybe I should buy this one. Then the scanners are going to tell them at 65 and 70, hey, maybe we should get into this stock. And they'll all start buying it at 90 cents. Same drill, RSI breaking up through 50. Stochastic still in the basement. So this one looks good for the upcoming week. Jag X. This is now our, one of our cheapest COVID-19 biotechs left. I've got another one, but I'm actually not going to talk about it in the video today. You guys kind of know what it is. I'll go over it tomorrow in the room because I want to buy more shares of it. But JAGX is one of the cheapest COVID-19 stocks. We got that big pop on Friday all the way up to 80 cents, and we pulled right back down again. We're waiting on an update on them seeing if their drug works against COVID-19. So if we pull up here and look at the daily chart pulled up here, we broke above that 200-day moving average. We got that big spike up, and then we came right back down to that 200-day moving average. Now, typically, when you see stocks break out of these really strong top areas, they will break out, come back, and then go back and really, really run. So what I'm talking about is we're probably going to consolidate maybe here Monday, Tuesday, and then make that move. Based on what we've seen in all these other COVID-19 biotech stocks, they all have a magnet to $1 plus. I mean, look what OGEN just did, $1.20 or $1.30. That sounds really good to me on this swing. AIKI, we got our COVID news. This is as manipulated a stock as I've seen in a long time, but it's got a very nice uptrend in place. The 200-day moving average continues to be resistance on this spot. When it gets up there, they come in and they smack it back down. So we want to close above this 200-day moving average. That is 107. It's probably going to take another big press release, but until then, it's one of those stocks we just have to sit and wait for them to give us an update on that trial. FRSX. This is the 1 hour chart on FRFX. You can see we're in a very nice uptrend, but it's been trapped in this tighter and tighter and tighter channel. 175 to 180 over the last couple of weeks has been the range, and you can see it's getting smaller and smaller, this range, but this is a great way to make your swing positions free. You buy some shares here, you sell some up here. You buy some here, you sell here. You buy the trend line, you sell the resistance to make your position free. Now, we are waiting on news. When the news comes, this stock will be over too. That's just my feeling when they say how good their thermal scanner is. They hinted about it a couple of weeks ago, so hopefully this is the week that they're finally going to drop that news. POLA. This is our EV Tesla AYO type play. They do portable charging for electric vehicles. Look at this pennant. Oh, this is coiled tight. 360 break, and they will be loving this stock up here in the mid fours to the $5 range. The chart looks great. I didn't draw it here, but we've got a nice little uptrend line in stochastics. This chart looks ready to rock this week, and for some reason we keep being able to get entries in the 320s. That is great. They'll start chasing it up here, 360, 375, and then $4. You're going to see all these guys on Twitter going, oh my God, this thing's going to 20, etc., etc. So patience play, great chart. Quick mention on INUV, because if I don't, there'll be 500 posts on what about INUV in the free room tomorrow. This one again has gone to sleep, but it's still holding up great. RSI has gone to sleep, but we're about to get a MACD cross and stochastics are about to break up over the 50 level. So looking at this chart here, this looks like this may be the week that sees this move on INUV break over 60 cents. People will start getting interested. Break over 70 cents, everyone's going to be piling in with visions of seeing this stock run to a buck. HOFV, Hall of Fame, huge move for us there a few days ago, and then slowly but surely came all the right back down to support again here at 640. Like the last time where it had that downtrend break, same situation here right now. So the 20 days at 670, we get a break above that, and we're going to be looking at a bounce up to $8. RSI, this is a 1 hour or 15-minute chart actually we're looking at, and we've got some nice setups. It's looking bottomed here. Let's see what the 1 hour chart looks like real quick. Going to a 1 hour chart. Same thing. Looks pretty bottomed out here. 20-day right now is at 722. I mean, that's what, 10% higher already, with chances, you know where the scanner guys are going to come in. They're going to come in up here when it says beep, buy HOFV. It's just the way the nature of this market is right now. HHT, this stock has a lot going for it. They've got online homeschooling education. They're based in New York. New York and a lot of other states are going to modify back to school stuff, despite what the president is yapping about because he's got an election to win. These guys do that, but they're also, with the news that we had on Thursday, in animation. And look what Genius, GNUS, has done since we initially got into that one a few weeks ago. This one is trapped in a little range here. You can see anywhere in the 90 cent or under area, you pick some up, and over 125. It gave us a 33% move last week, so this one likes to move. Here is a weekly chart on it, and you can see this consolidation here, but this is nicely set up, and on the weekly chart, we're about to get a break over the 50 RSI, and volume is building nicely, and stochastics are about to break 50. So this one is not done yet. You may think that because of that move it did last week that this stock is over. Nope, it's still set up nicely. DSS, big move for us this week. We got our COVID news, but then it came right back down, but it's holding support really well. And we've got RSI at the 50 level, but let's pull out here and look at a daily chart. And these are money maker types of charts. What do you see on this one? This is what we call a trading range, and it's in a excellent $3 plus trading range. When it gets to the bottom, it usually gives $2 to $3 upside, then it goes back down. $2 to $3 upside, goes back down, $2 to $3 upside. Look at that. We're right back down at the bottom of the channel again. Anywhere around $6.60 to $7 looks like an excellent pickup for the inevitable bounce back up. And when the merger actually gets approved, which is the vote is in a couple of weeks, they'll be chasing this one up here. It's just inevitable given what we see in this market. The last stock I got to mention, because if I don't, you guys will be yapping. COCP, big pop. Late in the week, we got above $2. This is, it's not one of the largest positions anymore for a couple of reasons. A, we're up 100%, and we always book some gains when we get 100%. But you can see since that golden cross that we mentioned way back then, that's like 90% gains on that golden cross, which is why I like that formation. It's a little overbought here, but if they drop that press release on their COVID-19, it's going to spike again. Where would support be on this? Support right now, if I was looking to pick some shares up, it would be the 160 to 170 area. We don't want it to break down below that, but if it did give a sharp dip, I would probably be looking to pick up shares. So that is it for the video, guys. Please like it and share it, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, get those numbers up. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all in the chat room tomorrow. Bye.